and there was so much heat. Pew, 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 pew. I was all by myself in the car, giggling like a child. Dude, you obviously need more. So here we go. Pew, pew, pew. That's crazy.
I have been trying to figure out humans for 25 years now, and I have learned that we are not split into these two groups of being either good or bad people, but that we do find ourselves either operating from fear or operating from freedom, and that can lead down very different roads. Join me on this journey of discovering how to transcend fear and live a life of freedom. And Marcella, how you doing?
Hello.
Are you good?
I'm very well, thank you. And you?
Very good indeed, especially since I got such an awesome voice message from you this morning. So just to make sure everyone knows what it's all about is this morning's meditation, the live guided meditation this morning was about sharing love, serving each other love. And I asked everybody, and we're all in different places, we're all in our own homes, most of us in South Africa, some of us in different places of Africa, and one or two in other countries. And I asked everybody to envision in their meditation that we're sitting in a circle, all of us together, and to picture where their circle is. And all of us obviously have our own internal experience of where in the world that circle is. And then afterwards, after the meditation this morning, I get this amazing voicemail from Marcella. And so I really want you to share your meditation experience with all of us, Marcella. And if I could ask you to start out with where was your circle?
You know what I pictured, actually, was, you know the sound of music?
Oh yes.
That mountain.
Right.
That was the mountain we were actually on.
What a beautiful picture.
It is. It was, you know, there was this beautiful green mountain top, flowers, and we were all together in the circle. Flippin' amazing. So wherever that mountain is where we were.
So the interesting thing is, and we never know exactly how these things work, but I was absolutely hell-bent on, when I asked everyone else to picture where their circle is, mine started out with, I wanted the mountaintop picture this morning. And I started out with this big and flat top mountain with green grass, and all of us sitting there on the green grass on the mountaintop. But every time I went back to the picture, it was all trees and forest behind the people. When I saw the people in my circle, it was not a mountaintop. We were in a forest, not in a grassy mountaintop. And at first I kept wanting to change the picture back to a mountaintop, and but every time I look at the picture again, we're in a forest. So I surrendered, and I went with my forest picture. Not that I don't know what it has to do with our conversation now, but it's just an interesting thing what our minds do to us. Anyways,
Amazing.
we're back to your experience, and you can share your experience with us.
So while I was doing the meditation, I kind of envisioned this beautiful, enormous bubble surrounding all of us.
On the mountaintop.
On the mountaintop, we were all enclosed in this beautiful bubble of love. And there were heart bubbles just popping out and floating around and landing on everything. And wherever it landed, it would pop. And then there was just this outpouring of absolute love. Every person, every being, every flower, blade of grass, it was beautiful.
So
That was,
so every,
yeah,
your bubbles of love were spreading around. Your bubbles of love, did they come out of your heart? Where did they come from?
yes, it was shooting out from my heart, and it was like one of those bubble guns. It was so cool, but it was from my heart. It was really cool.
Floating around, popping against everything and everyone, and just showering love on them.
Yeah, yeah, it was beautiful. Beautiful.
Awesome. And then you had to leave and go where?
I had to shoot off to the office to fetch a couple of things, and I live in Randburg, and our offices are in Rosebank. And for those that don't know, in order for me to get there, I've got to travel down two very busy roads. It was 9 o'clock in the morning, so it wasn't heavy traffic, but there was traffic. People walking, people getting to work, taxis, and the most amazing thing, as I got onto the main road, there were these bubbles shooting out from me, touching everything. Wherever my eyes went, there were these bubbles on the cars, the pedestrians, and I thought, no, this is so cool. And I was very aware of these, and there was so much heat from my heart. There was just so much heat, and the more I drove, the more these bubbles of love were just out there. You know, everybody I passed, there was just this pop, 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 and as it popped onto a car, onto a person, I saw a guy walking, about 5 dogs, on all the dogs on the person. It just, there was just all this love. It was just so amazing. It got to the point when I was closer to the office, and the oncoming traffic was heavier than my lane. It was like pew 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 to make sure the bubbles were getting to everybody. It was so cool, and I couldn't stop giggling. I was all by myself in the car, giggling like a child. It was so amazing. And when I got back, I mean, the same thing happened driving back home. And I thought, I just got to share this. It's so beautiful.
That really is awesome, and I really do thank you for sharing and sending me that voice note. Otherwise, I would not have known.
It was complete. It wasn't a conscious thing. It wasn't like I thought, okay, I'm getting into the car and this is what I'm going to do. It was just so spontaneous, and it was just this outpouring. And driving back, what I did become aware of was there were certain people, more than one bubble was going to a specific person. You know, homeless guy running across the road, and I thought, okay, dude, you obviously need more, so here we go, pew pew pew. It was crazy.
My goodness, that's beautiful.
It's so cool.
It really is so cool.
I'm blushing just thinking about it.
That is so awesome. And I want to make sure for anyone who does listen to this that to really understand the power of this and the power of meditation and having these kind of experiences during and then from meditation. Because first of all, you had the experience of the meditation where we all sat in a circle, and you envisioned, as we sat there, as the love from your heart pours out on everyone, you envisioned them as these bubbles shaped like hearts floating out to everybody, which is awesome. And then had a bit of a continuation of that as you moved about your day, which is just really awesome. The power in this really is that even though the experience objectively is an internal experience, it's something happening inside of you. Um, the power in this is that every cell in your body and your whole nervous system doesn't distinguish between whether something is experienced in reality or experienced internally, which means your whole body is living in a state of love. And the health and the healing from that and the way you project yourself from that, even though it was meditation, it's an internal experience. You're driving around, you're seeing bubbles of hearts floating to people and literally going pew pew, sending them to everybody. Even if that's not real for anyone else, you have the benefit of living in that beautiful state of love.
You know, Pierre, the building where our offices are, we have security guards. We've got the security guard at the boom that lets the people in and out, and then we've got the security guard at the main reception desk. And that normally, that security guard doesn't leave that station because they're watching the camera for the other, walk-in traffic and whatever. So they don't leave that station. And I had to carry a printer and this bag of ink and reams of paper, and it was just so heavy. And they don't normally help when they're sitting at the desk, which is their job. I mean, their job is to sit at that desk. And I got to the reception desk and I was just so exhausted. I had to put everything down. And she looked at me, the security guard, she said, "Oh, is that heavy? Are you tired?" I said, "I'm so tired." I said, "This stuff is so heavy." And she didn't say a word. She got up from her seat, she came to me, she picked up the bag and went to press the button for the lift, which is something and there was just this absolute connection with this woman, which actually I've never seen her on duty, so I don't know her. And she helped me all the way down and all the way back, and she came, went back to the desk, which is something very unusual. But there was just this connection. It was so awesome.
The truth is, when we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. When our energy, how we show up, changes, then things react to us differently as well. When we show up as love, we start finding things resonate with the love we are.
Absolutely, 100%. It was an amazing experience. Oh, I want to go out just so I can pew pew some more.
With your bubble guns of love.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
That is so beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing it. I really, really am happy that you felt happy enough to send me a message and let me know.
I could not share it. I couldn't not share it. It was just, yeah.
Just imagine, and it's easy to do. Just imagine the opposite of that, which we find ourselves in so easily, is living in the opposite state, which is the state of stress and all the stress hormones.
Let me just tell you, yesterday I went on a detour with a friend of mine. He needed to deliver goods to Rustenburg. I haven't gone out my home besides to the shop and back, and we drove out to Rustenburg. And normally, for in times gone past, I would have just whatever. I came home. We left here at 9. We got back at about 4. I was under so much stress yesterday, all I wanted to do was cry. I felt overwhelmed. My senses were in overload. So yeah, today has been the exact opposite of the state I was in yesterday.
I'm very happy today is the opposite than yesterday's state. But how easily do we get stuck in that one state, that one survival state? And it means we live in the state of heightened cortisol and all of the other stress hormones, which only do damage to our bodies. At least now you're living in a space where you're balancing that with with the state you're in today, which is just amazing.
It is. It is. And look, I think in months gone past, I'm not even going to say years, but months gone past, it would have taken me days to recover from yesterday. Really, because every fiber of my being was in that. I just want to hide. I can't cope.
Yeah.
So, and it's due to the meditation. It's due to meditation.
So I want to see if we can do this. Pick up your left hand. I want to see if I've got your no. Turn the palm in the other direction. Right. Even more. Even more. Okay, now I'm pushing mine to the edge of my screen. I want you to push yours to the edge of your screen as well. And I'll see if I can give you a high five right there. There we go.
See, even the cat knows the love.
I'm so happy that you have found a tool that is incredibly powerful in changing this state. I had a very long discussion with someone yesterday around this, and his question is struggling with a lot of things, and his question is, but what to do, and it comes back to what to do again. And I know it sounds so oversimplified, but it is that surrender and just going back to something like meditation every day, which separates your nervous system from the world outside. Just imagine the day you had yesterday, and you could start your day today by completely separating your nervous system from all of that, and have that internal experience. And the moment you take all of that pressure off of your nervous system, it just goes inside. You're even taking the onslaught of your own mind off of your nervous system. And in that space, you're kind of held, and your nervous system just heals. It's magical.
It is magic. It really is magic. And you're talking about being held. I felt extremely unsafe yesterday.
Right.
I could actually say that I feel unsafe. And today, like you say, being held in this absolute place of safety, all by myself.
Yeah.
Whereas yesterday I had company, yet I didn't feel safe. So the mind is an amazing thing. Amazing.
It is just magical what your nervous system can do, and I'm learning more every day. So a last thing. So this morning's you're talking about being on your own. But what I want to touch on is this morning's meditation. Even though we were all sitting on our own, we were all in a circle. Everyone deciding for themselves where that circle was, where we were sitting and breathing and holding hands together. What is your experience of almost, I mean, it's not your body, but everything else in you is coming together with other people in the same space, sitting in the... Do you feel that? Do you experience that? What is your experience of that trying to come together this way?
I think it's a an extremely, again, it's goes back to our minds and surrendering and accepting that there is the possibility of coming together apart. Because that's what it is. We are coming. There is our energy. Is what is coming together, and it is felt. It is definitely. I couldn't be in this state if I didn't feel all the love that I was getting back. Even as much as I was giving out was as much as I was receiving, and just being open and again surrendering to the possibility that our energies don't need a dense form of manifesting.
Yeah.
So just being out there, definitely the safety, the connectedness, the love, the joy, the peace, the energies mingling and molding into one another, that we are again everything and nothing.
Everything and nothing. You had such a nice way of putting it there. I enjoyed that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming online with me and doing a quick chat about your experience this morning. I'm sure that there's someone who listens to it that finds that it helps them.
I hope so. Pierre. Thank you for inviting me.
It's a huge pleasure. I love having these chats, and I just love hearing. You know what? I gotta say this is I've done a lot of meditation. I've done a lot of teaching meditation. I've done a lot of meditation with one-on-one and leading someone and seeing huge changes. I never thought that doing these big groups of meditation on Facebook and just streaming it. I mean, it's just me speaking and everyone else is just looking on their phone and listening from their phone. I never thought that this would have such a big impact and actually cause so much change.
It's astounding, Pierre. It is absolutely astounding. And from the beginning of the whole coronavirus pandemic, I felt that it was an opportunity for every single human being on this earth to be different. To be different. Not better, not worse, but different. And it's happening. It's happening. It really is. And thank you for making the time and space for all of us. It is so appreciated. It makes a difference. You make a difference.
Thank you. I love spending this time with all of you guys, so it's really cool. Thank you so much, Marcella. I have so much love for you. I hope you have a... I'm taking all of them, grabbing all of them. They're going right here.
Enjoy.
Thank you. You must have a beautiful Saturday afternoon.
You too.
So much love for you, hey?
You too, Pierre.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.
I want to remind you that what is inside of you is a fearless creator. You were created to create, and the only thing holding you back is your own fear. If you want to be supported on your journey toward embodying the fearless creator that you are, then you really should consider joining One Mind Academy. Right now, you can join for free and receive support daily. From there, you can choose to join the Fearless Creators for weekly meetups, and if, in the future, you need private coaching, you will already be connected. Just go to www.onemindonline.com, that is onemindonline.com, and click on Join One Mind Academy to see what it's all about.